bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Constitutional Commission coming to Grand Bahama tomorrow to meet with some sectors of the Grand Bahama community. The government has announced that the referendum will be held throughout the country on November 6th to address the issue of gender equality. Tomorrow morning, the Commission will meet with members of the Grand Bahama Christian Council to discuss the upcoming referendum. During the afternoon, a similar meeting will be held with police and defense force officers. So far, there has been mixed reactions to the proposed bills, which are currently before Parliament and must be approved by at least 3/4 of the House of Assembly and the Senate. A local organization for a lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender group set to host a weekend of events at a resort here in Grand Bahama. Reports say people have traveled from the United States and islands in the Bahamas for the weekend dubbed Bahamas Pride Freedom Weekend 2014. Tonight, President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Reverend Peter Pinder, is expressing concern about this latest development.
There's even reference on the website to a rally and a march. And so this is an organized system of evil, in my opinion. It's an organized system that's against God. And the way to deal with it is to pray and trust God, because, everyone has rights. I have a right to be a believer and to believe what I believe. These people have the right to believe what they believe. We're dealing with adults, and one of the things that we do know is that decisions and choices have consequences, and so therefore ultimately they will experience the consequences as a result of their lifestyle and their behavior.
Reverend Pinder says there is a growing trend worldwide where people are going against natural behavior, and he says this Bahamas Pride meeting should not be viewed as an isolated incident.
This is not the only sin. The Bible says all unrighteousness is sin, and so therefore, as a preacher, my responsibility is to deal with all sin and not get all up in arms over one area. There have always been in our society circumstances where people would get up in arms because of what they consider to be something that's real bad. But I don't know that this is any worse than adultery, or any worse than abortion, or any worse than even people giving up on their marriages and getting divorces.
The Christian Council leader says this type of activity must be addressed in a systematic way, and that's through divine intervention and prayer. In other news, hundreds of students on the island of Bimini are better equipped to head back to the classroom on Monday, thanks to a local corporate partner. Natalie Martinborough has the details.
Big John's, a local business on the island of Bimini, has dug deep into its pockets to make back to school easier for the students in Bimini. The company delivered 400 school bags, all stuffed with school supplies, from books to pencils, pens, reading material, and geometry sets. The bags are distributed to students from age 4 to 17. A Big John spokesman says they are happy to keep the tradition of giving alive.
Every year we do this special donation to all the kids of our islands to help them have a better school year, and we give them the basic back to school necessity for them to have a successful year. And we always provide them with anything they need at any time they come to Big John's and ask us for.
The Bimini property caters to locals and visitors, and operators say they are always willing to give back to the youth of the island.
We do this for the kids, for the children of our islands, because we want them to have a better future, and we want to prepare them for the better future that we're going to have here, especially in Bimini. And they need to have the basic skills and the basic knowledge for their future.
But Big John's generosity isn't limited to the island of Bimini.
We have plans to reach other islands. Right now, we have already some boxes packed to be sent to Grand Bahamas Children's Home. We're going to send them in the next few days.
Natalie Martin-Burrows, SNS Network News.
So, Carnival will be launched next year, and I haven't heard from the Bushwhackers just yet.
We filed a petition. They tell us we got to have agricultural certificates. Ministry of Health got to get us cleared.
And that's our Northern Edition tonight. On behalf of the entire team,
Bushwhackers be trying, Obrigado.
I'm Sabrina Brown. Thank you for watching. Good night.